Paul is so confusing. Why is he always contradicting himself? Hi, I'm Ron Cantor from Tiferet Yeshua Congregation right here in Tel Aviv, Israel. At the end of this short video, I'll tell you how to get my ebook free. In Romans chapter 2, Rabbi Saul, Paul the Apostle, is emphatic that circumcision only has value if you keep the whole law. If you break the Torah, it is as if you were never circumcised. And in Galatians he says, for in Messiah Yeshua, neither circumcision nor uncircumcision has any value. The only thing that counts is faith expressing itself through love. But then in Romans 3, just after he rails against circumcision, he contradicts himself saying, what advantage then is there in being a Jew? Or what value is there in circumcision? Much in every way, he says. First of all, the Jews have been entrusted with the very words of God. What if they were unfaithful? Will their unfaithfulness nullify God's faithfulness? Not at all. Let God be true and every human being a liar. What? Paul, you just said circumcision is of no value. Now you're saying that it has value in every way? Which is it? Okay, actually Paul is not contradicting himself at all. Let's break it down. First of all, we are speaking of two different covenants, both of which are still valid. The first is the covenant of circumcision, and the second is the new covenant. The covenant of circumcision was made by God between himself and Abraham's physical children, the Hebrews. This covenant has many blessings, including the land of Israel. However, it is limited. It cannot change a heart. It cannot forgive sin. It cannot provide a path to eternal life. What Paul is telling the non-Jewish Galatians is, in the Messiah, circumcision has no value whatsoever. It cannot bring you closer to God, and it certainly can't get you into heaven. But to the Jews in Romans 3, he says, sure, there's lots of value in circumcision. In fact, even if you obey the ritual in unbelief, God will still honor it. What if some were unfaithful? Paul asked. Will their unfaithfulness nullify God's faithfulness? Not at all. Let God be true and every human being a liar. And we can see today God's blessing on unbelieving Israel. When it comes to the Nobel Peace Prizes, despite making up only 2% of the world's population, Jews have won around 15%. That's 75 times the number it should be based on population. More technology comes out of tiny Israel than all the other Middle Eastern nations combined. Israel's stock market was barely affected by the global meltdown in 2007. And most of all, despite the fact that we are surrounded by dozens of Muslim nations that would love nothing more than to see us disappear, we are thriving. So as Paul states, circumcision does have much value to the physical descendants of Abraham, but that alone cannot produce eternal life. Salvation is only through Yeshua. What Paul was so upset about was that non-Jews were literally mutilating themselves for no reason. He says regarding salvation, for in Messiah Yeshua neither circumcision nor uncircumcision has any value. So Paul is not confused, nor does he contradict himself. For the Jew, circumcision has value in this life, but it cannot produce salvation. For the non-Jew, salvation is through Yeshua, and it can be obtained as a free gift through faith without performing any ritual. And if one thinks that based on circumcision, whether Jew or non-Jew, he will obtain eternal life, he's wrong. Yeshua died so that all could enjoy forgiveness of sins, the salvation of our souls. I hope this video has been a blessing to you. To get my free ebook, The 15 Most Important Facts About the Israeli-Palestinian Conflict, just go to roncan.net/15facts and make sure that the F is capitalized. This video has been brought to you by our congregation, Tiferet Yeshua. For more information, please go to reachtelaviv.org. And while you're there, consider making a generous donation so we can continue to share the good news of Yeshua right here in Israel and bring you more of these weekly teachings. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Shalom.